On this episode of Love and Hip Hop New York, it's looking like Battle of the Producers. We got Not So Rich Dollaz on one hand and Phresher on the other. Now, if you ask me, ain't neither one of them worth the lick.
So if I gotta choose someone, then it must be her. She been here since day.
Hey you guys, your girl Gigi is back. We're going to be talking about Love and Hip Hop New York today. As you can see, I know I haven't done a review on, I guess, the first couple of episodes, but I kind of just wanted to see how the season was going to go. We noticed that they're bringing the OGs back, Crissy, Yandy, and Kimbella. We all remember how that went back in the day when Kimbella got the draws literally beat off of her by Crissy. It was a lot, but I guess they have mended fences and now are versus Yandy, and we're going to discuss all of that, when we talk about this episode. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you help your girl hit that 1K mark in the next week, I would like to do a special giveaway. I mentioned this in one of my older videos. I would like to, like I just said, do a special giveaway for you guys who have been a very dedicated and, a supportive person to your girl's YouTube career. And so yeah, hit that button, subscribe, and if this is your first time tuning into your girl, let me welcome you to the team with a big what's up. Go ahead and hit that button as well so you can join the fam, okay? So, Love and Hip Hop New York, basically the episode opens up with Crissy and Yandy still going at it at Jonathan's, perfume launch. Crissy is so over Yandy in this, like, oh, I'm not a liar, I lie on everybody's face, that she's always been doing to people. I've never trusted Yandy. A lot of people actually don't even like Yandy. Her personality just rubs everybody the wrong way. And especially after that whole Kimbella's thing where she literally got caught lying on stage at the reunion about, asking Kimbella to show up at that kid's birthday party to whoop old girl. Like, Yandy, you did that mess. And Kimbella, I think, really still hasn't forgiven her for that because she still hasn't copped to it. But that's who we know Yandy to be. But basically, Crissy and Yandy are yelling back and forth because she's trying to confront her over the shadiness that she threw over, Jim Jones' house being, on foreclosure. And she was kind of like, well, that's about the same time, like, I stopped managing Jim, right? Like, girl, you knew what you were doing. You were trying to be shady. And Yandy just possesses the three qualities I don't like in people. One, she's manipulative. Two, she likes to play semantics and technicalities. And three, she likes to play on people's intelligence. Don't try to tell me that you ain't doing what I'm seeing you doing, okay? I'm not dumb. Don't play me like I'm stupid. She does that with a lot of people. But on the other hand, the way Crissy's talking right now, she's all about the whole respect thing. But Crissy has a very dictatorship-ish, mentality. And she's always been, boss hog, like the way she talks, like she's always been, kind of up on top of the, hierarchy of her friends. So she talks to people a certain kind of way. Like, she's super abrasive. And I'm not gonna lie, if I was being talked to the way Crissy be talking to people sometimes, like, the conversation wouldn't end well. It just wouldn't. Because you're not gonna talk to me like I'm your child. But after they kind of end up smoothing over that situation, another issue pops up because Crissy mentioned something about Greg, this big business dude, and Yandy, obviously to get under her skin, it's like, oh my God, I know Greg too. And so Crissy's like, well, he mentioned that to me. Like, I got a board and everything. I ain't see no Yandy up on the board. And she's like, well, I definitely have worked with him. So now Crissy's going to confront Greg later on in the episode. So Joe and Tahiri, we see those two still flirting. They obviously have a long history. We remember how they up and down relationship went on, this show. Now Tahiri still looks exactly the same. She has aged very well, but Joe is going to her for a little bit of, fashion help to, go to Erica and Safaree's wedding because he can't dress. And she's like, you remember what you used to dress like? He was like, I'm gonna blame that on the pills. Drugs, one hell of a thing, can make you dress a certain way. And, he kept putting on cut off shirts and, sweater vests and stuff like that. But he started trying to make it seem like, oh, this is real messy, you helping me. Like, I know it's messy, us being together. And Tahiri don't care because she's like, look, man, we got history. We've been together, through the mud. Like, this is just what it is. So people just gonna have to, suck it up if we gonna hang out. So, he tried to be funny, be like, well, I do want to dress, how you used to call me a womanizer and all that type of stuff. Joe, you did what you did. And Tahiri would not have said no to your proposal if you wasn't out there doing some things, okay? Now, Tahiri to Joe is always going to be the one that got away. People are talking about the relationship. Is it real? Is it not? Are they just flirting for the show? I do think, like, no matter what, because they do have such an extensive history, there's always just going to be that natural chemistry when they're together. It's just, that's just how, you know, human nature works. When you know somebody, there is a natural spark. But Tahiri also likes dangling the carrot in front of Joe. Like, she just knows what it is when she's around him. He's always going to look at her like she's the one that got away. But nonetheless, you know, they're trying to just, you know, keep this cool little friendship going. So Yandy has a couple of people over to her house. She has Sin, Jonathan, I think it was her, and then Rich Dollaz, or not so Rich Dollaz, should I say, because we find out he really ain't got no money. He just got arrested for, you know, non-payment of child support. He comes with good old Jennaskeet. I actually like that name, y'all. It's very catchy. I can see, like, if she does get any type of success, like, that is going to be her catchphrase. It's going to be, like, her ticket. You know, because every artist has, like, their little, you know, their little nook or that they kind of have. And Jennaskeet, like, I could just hear that being, you know, talked about or said, like, all over the audience, you know, the crowd and stuff. But nonetheless, you know, she comes, good old Jennaskeet comes, and Yandy actually has been familiar with her before in the underground, like, kind of music space. Now, Richard, being, you know, the perverty producer or whatever, you know, manager that he's trying to be, he is all up on Jenna because he is in panic mode. He is trying for the life of him to find that meal ticket out of there. And everybody is on like, or producers or whatever, managerial wise, everybody is on the kick that I call the Cardi B panic. And it is, nobody wants the next female to pop off without them being on the train. That's basically what it is. Rich Dollaz has been at this for years, and he's never had the success that he's wanted because, one, unfortunately, he can't stop sticking his peen in them. And two, you really ain't into music like that. You just in it because you know you creeping on them and they let you hit all the time. So I'm glad that Jenna is kind of actually, you know, from what I saw in this episode, more into music. She isn't just one of those girls who hopped up one day and said, oh, I want to do music. Like, she actually has potential. But anyway, she starts talking about how she wants to work with Safaree. And Sin and Jonathan was like, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. You might need to get approval from Erica before you think about that. And she's like, who needs to get approval? And they was like, you need to get approval. And I could tell from that remark, like, she's going to be a spitfire. Like, it ain't going to kill you to go talk to Erica and, you know, just be like, look, I want to make you feel comfortable that I'm working with Safaree, because we all know Erica is crazy, okay? And she definitely for sure is crazy for sticking the new veneers in her mouth because they don't look good. Like, am I tripping, y'all? Or am I the only one seeing now her teeth are sticking out a lot further than her gums are? I know that's so bad, but it's true. But yeah, so she is gonna, obviously later on in the season, I'm predicting there's gonna be a beef between her and Erica. So Crissy ends up meeting with that dude Greg because she needs to confront him over the Yandy situation. Now, Greg is saying, I didn't work with Yandy. Like, we talked and she said she wanted to do business, but there was never no follow-up. Now, the look on Greg's face says otherwise. I think Greg might have did a little bit of business with Yandy. I think he just didn't tell Crissy because at the end of the day, his name is Big Business and this is what it is, a business. So if he did work with Yandy, he definitely didn't tell Crissy. So now Crissy's sitting there looking at him like, here go Yandy line again. That's always who she gonna be. The line, you know, trick that I can never trust. And so that's just gonna be, you know, the dupe that they have out later on in the episode. So speaking of Safaree and Erica, they are sitting down in the living room talking. Erica's having a mental breakdown while she's pregnant because of the guest list. They gotta get ooh, sorry y'all. So they gotta get the guest list done for the wedding. She's panicking because it's due in 3 weeks. You know, they're trying to do before her belly grows. Whoop-de-woo. That's what you're trying to convince people. You not going to tell me otherwise. You trying to hurry up and get this stuff done so it can be cut, ready, and filmed for this season, because y'all two don't know if your ass is going to get invited back next year. That's what that is. Mona Scott is good at getting two couples to let them show their wedding on the show because, one, they get their wedding paid for that way. And two, that's good for her views. Like, it's all about pocketing the money for Mona Scott Young. So now, Erica, you done, you know, signed your life away on this contract to let your wedding be on this show. So that's why you got to hurry up and get it done in 3 weeks. I'm not dumb, boo-boo. So now they got to talk about the guest list, and Safaree is looking at her like, okay, I'm not going to invite Yandy because there already is a tense situation between Erica and Yandy. They don't really like each other, but don't know why they don't like each other. They just know that they both have been talking about each other, and it's just nothing that's ever been cleared up. So he tells Erica, I don't invite her. I didn't invite her, but we end up learning at the end of the episode that was absolutely a bold-faced lie. So speaking of Yandy, she has a cute little scene with a girl, Jamila. I think that's her businesswoman. They go meet the mayor. Now, I don't like Yandy, but I can appreciate, her efforts and, trying to improve the community, trying to do, lower income housing and helping kids learn trades, because nowadays kids can't do nothing. They don't even know how to have imagination with a stick outside. So that's how I grew up. It's still outside. I learned how to build fortresses and pillow forts and all that type of stuff. Kids these days just got technology, so they ain't worth the lick. So I can appreciate that there is something being done on that front. I don't like her personally, but if she wants to go and do activism, philanthropy, I'll take it. I can appreciate it. But they learn in the meantime by her friend Jamila that Crissy, working with Greg, a picture that she posted, Crissy asked Greg to take it down. Now, Jamila didn't mention it because to her, it was like petty. Like, why am I going to tell Yandy like that's what happened? So now Yandy is like, I got to go talk to Crissy because now here you are, like being real petty, trying to take a bag from me. So Yandy and Crissy end up meeting and they start duking it out. Crissy first tells her, like, we need to get this on the table. You need to admit you're a liar because I looked up your name and ain't nowhere near your name on this board that I got here. And so Yandy looks at her and tells her that she actually has an investment under a different holding company. Now, if that is true, Crissy, what does it make you know? Never mind, because regardless, your business is still getting done. But for her, it's like, you're always a liar. You need to remember where you got your start from Jimmy. I'm not going to let you keep this, the disrespect that you did him. Now, to me, Crissy, you need to quit trying to defend Jimmy because you just lost your house because of him for $200 in an auction. Like, how you still riding for this man? We barely riding for you. Like, that's not too smart, honey. Like, you are always going to be the fiance that just stuck around. Like, I'm going to need you to just quit riding for him now hard because he don't be doing it for you, child. But now Yandy's looking back at her, calling her a dummy in a confession because she's like, regardless if it's in my name or not, I'll be signing the checks. So now she asked her about the picture. Now, I can appreciate Crissy for at least being the boss that she is, talking about, yeah, I said it, and what? I told Greg to take the picture down. What are you gonna do? You bitch you. That's basically what that was. And I was like, okay, Crissy, ain't no backpedaling to pop in this situation. She said, I did it. And Yandy sure didn't do nothing about it. All she could do was sit there and be mad, talking about why you calling me a liar, all that type of stuff. And then she want to do the manipulative stuff I be saying all the time, talking about, oh my God, she's stunting my growth. Why is she trying to stunt my growth? And, you're taking a bag out of my kid's mouth. Women all around the world, on TV, reality TV women, once you have reached a certain peak of success and you have multiple avenues of income, there is no longer a bag being taken out of your kid's mouth. And Yandy, you love throwing your kids into a situation and trying to use them as a sympathy card, and I don't like it, okay? Your kids are fine with or without that bag. Now, say, have you been on an Apple Watch Mariah Lynn level? Then you can sit there and say that Crissy took a bag out of your kid's mouth. But you are far surpassed that level. So no, quit pulling that like you're doing too much, okay? You're trying to add a little extra sauce that don't need to be added. So now, Crissy and her can't agree, so Yandy's like, F this, I'm out, chunk the deuces, we never gonna get along. So let's talk about Phresher. Phresher has a little moment with his, as he introduced the mother of his kids, baby mama. I don't recall him saying, that's his girl or like his woman, but we do know they've been together for 20 years, since 6th grade, got 2 kids together, basically. And then he killed me with this, I love Jen because she's always loyal. That girl's been there for me through everything. AKA, I've been out there cheating on her and I always know she's gonna take me back. That's basically what being loyal means, especially for these Bronx niggas. And this girl, after the way I saw her acting this season or this episode, I just know you got filled up as the bitter baby mama. Like, castmate, that's what you gonna do, that's what you gonna be this season, Jen. And then Phresher trying to start this so-called label and you not helping him. He talking about I had to beg, borrow, and steal and save money just so I can get my family to move to New Jersey. So Phresher, how are you gonna start a label and try to support Jennaskeet and you can't even support like your home front? Like, that's not gonna work. So then on top of that, he got to talk to Jen about constantly trying to fight females that he be working with. Apparently in the past, she pulled up to a video set, had her crew come out and try to jump the girl. Now, that's the problem, Miss Jen. How are you going to sit there? Like, you're actually doing yourself a disservice, actually. If you want to be the woman that works with her man in the label, like the music industry, and works side by side with him, you are better off befriending these hoes, because if you sit there and constantly try to fight them, you're now just giving them more prerogative to want to just sit on his lap anyways. They're going to do it on purpose just to piss you off. So why don't you just sit there and play devil's advocate, play, friends to these hoes' faces, and, let it be. Because now if you sit there, like, it's just not going to do, it's just not going to, you're not winning either way. Either way, you're not winning, because you're losing money, and then you're going to sit there and be fighting with your dude, and then 3 of these females is going to have a reason to want to sleep with him anyways, because they feel like if they can sleep with him, that's going to fix their career, and then they can piss you off in the process. Like, Jen, you're not thinking this through, honey bun. You're not. So, speaking of Jennaskeet, she has her showcase. The showcase actually goes okay. She performs better than others. From what I heard of the song, of all the people who want to call themselves artists on Love and Hip Hop, she has the most potential to me. Y'all can drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about her. But Phresher and Rich are in competition to get her. Phresher had no clue that Not So Rich Dollar was in the running, to sign her or whatever. And she basically told him, look, Phresher, I done had 3-4 months with you already, and you ain't done nothing for me, like no setups, no like auditions, no any type of stuff. And the only thing you can come up with for money wise is telling me, okay, let's spend money to go get your titties fixed and fill your booty with chicken grease and silly putty. Like, the fact that the first thing you want to do is something superficial for this girl, obviously looks go hand in hand with music in the industry, like whatever. But the girl is pretty. She's not ugly, and you can't put that much ass on her because she has a small body frame. She's very petite. So you was gonna make her be, K Michelle lopsided, and you see where that got K Michelle. She's sitting there recovering from taking that stuff out now. So Phresher, you're not doing it right, buddy. You not at all, and you ain't got no money. And then if you want to partly be an artist, like, that's not gonna work too. Like, you barely are out there in the streets. So how you gonna sit there and pump somebody else's career up and you don't have one of your own? At least work on yours first. Get a name out there, so that way if you have a following, you have something that supports, putting another artist out there. That's what you need to do. But you sitting here making these, rookie mistakes, and you gonna learn in the process that it's gonna cost you a bag. Now, all of a sudden, here comes Jen, baby mama, pulling the Evel Knievel, popping out of nowhere in her Fashion Nova dress. And she comes in and immediately heads straight to Phresher and Jenna in the middle of the conversation and pops off. Now, Jenna, she ain't no punk. She might be tiny, but she's mighty. She starts doing the funny stuff, the Mortal Comeback, like, her y'all, like, type stuff. And Phresher got to pull his baby mama outside. She's getting mad to my, why you pulling me outside? Why you pulling me? I'm not the one. She needs to talk about, oh, she rapping. That's the way she rap. Tell her how I'm really about this. I'm a real hood baby. We can tell. We definitely can tell. And you're going to stay in the hood if you keep acting that way. And now Rich is sitting there watching Jenna act a certain way. And he's like, God dang, like, this is what I did not want. I got all these industry people here, and now they sitting there watching you be the Love and Hip Hop chick that everybody don't want to, put their money in. And now Phresher got to pull his baby mama outside to get her under wraps and put her ass in the Jeep and drive her home. So, girl, Jen, I'm gonna need you to do better, honey. You cannot be this bitter baby mama every episode fighting a female. Like, y'all not gonna win that way, especially you. And you fight for a man who still ain't put a ring on your finger after 20 years, and you popped out 2 kids for this nigga and he still ain't married you. Like, you are old faithful, the old girl that they know they can go back to every time. I can do her wrong, but guess what? She's still gonna accept me at the end of the day. She gonna smell my dirty drawers and cook and clean for me and my kids. Like, Jen, you need to go out there and find your new man, honestly. But moving right along, we're gonna talk about Tahiri. Speaking of man, she tells Jonathan and Juju that Erica is still trying to set her up kind of with Joe. Now, Jonathan claiming that he's Sin's best friend ain't feeling it. He's like, how are you not putting 2 to 2 together that this is messy boots? Now, Erica doesn't honestly owe Sin anything because the way their relationship ended, it was a combustion. It was toxic. It was, not beneficial for neither one of them. So, yeah, Tahiri, she just likes dangling the carrot in front of Joe. That's what it is. Now, Safaree talks to Yandy, and he finally gets her and Erica to just basically squash the beef. Now, in the midst of squashing that beef, another one starts, because Yandy pulls the Homer Simpson, basically drops the mic talking about, well, Safaree, you invited me. Erica didn't know that. And now she's fighting him on the way home because she's like, you texting her, telling her that she invited, and you didn't even tell me. And that's where the episode ends, you guys. Now, let me know if you want me to continue reviewing this show. I will if you guys, drop in the comments and let me know. I appreciate you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.